sweet note with a fabulous dessert. And especially when it's the weekend, I like to keep it open till the 11th hour where I ask my friends and guests on what they'd like to have. Most often being spoilt for choice and give me really weird concoctions to come up, I like to keep it plain, simple and very English in the making. My bread and butter pudding is one such dessert that is perfect for these wintry nights. Warm succulents coming together in perfect harmony. You can style it up by using a cheese croissant, some butter or some marmalade and create various new age versions of the same. This pudding is soulful, comforting and extremely easy to create. Let's get to creating it. While a bread and butter pudding just follows the same principle of an English custard right in, I've preheated the oven to 160 degrees Celsius because I'm using a fan mode. If you're using the old-fashioned, go right ahead and preheat it to 180. Into a saucepan, I've got about 400 mils of milk, full fat preferably, along with 100 mils of full fat cream. Just allow the two to come to a near simmering bubble. And in the meantime, let's get to cutting the croissant. As the milk and cream emulsion come to a simmering boil, I'm just going to slice some croissants. So these are croissants that are left over from dinner and they form perfectly to create this pudding. I like using all these variants that make way for great desserts. Just slice it and open it up. And we're going to stuff it with some butter. At times I like to stuff it with some orange marmalade, some cheese and some butter as well. So put in a chiplet of butter or two of butter, cover them. The same goes in here and the same goes into this. So just keep these up and it's ready to go into a bowl now. Well, I've put 2 10 grams butter chiplets into each of these croissants just so that they ooze with that buttery goodness. We are going to place these into a bakeware and set them. You can compress it slightly so that they hold their shape really well. With this ready, now is the time to create the emulsion. So into a large glass bowl, I'm using 3 whole eggs, along with about 60 grams of superfine sugar or castor sugar. Just whisk the two together. No drama, no fanfare, it happens instantly, so just mix this up well. Into this you add a capful of some vanilla essence. Just so that it takes out the eggy texture of this custard. Whisk it really well, and while this has come to a near simmering point, all we are going to do is pour it into it and whisk it as well. Out here, I'm just going to scatter a handful of black currants. So I'm using about 20 to 30 grams, but you can be as liberal as it suits your fancy. I've just taken a handful of them and I'm going to now drizzle this gorgeous custardy emulsion on top. So just allow it to mop in and soak everything up. Technically, a bread and butter pudding, you must allow it to absorb with the bread for at least a good 30 minutes, but I'm going to put it straight into the oven because it being a croissant, it's flakier and it absorbs while it bakes. So just scatter all this on top. "20 pistachios, I've just blanched them, remove their skin out and cut them into the thinnest of these gorgeous green slivers. So just scatter them on top and this is ready to go into that preheated oven. In this goes at 160 degrees Celsius for just about 40 minutes. This dessert is so simple. Your prep time is 15 minutes. You can do it bang in the middle of meeting up with your friends. 40 minutes is all that's required for this gorgeous pudding to come alive and absorb all the flavors within. You can style it up with some chocolate chips, with some marmalade, just with a splash of whiskey or even some white chocolate shavings. While this is the base of a great dessert, you can get as experimental as you want and employ various flavors in. Sometimes just take a mixed fruit jam and slather it in between and have a great dessert to enjoy. Baked to perfection, this is ready. I'm going very old school out here and sprinkling some nutmeg powder on top. You can also sprinkle some good old-fashioned cinnamon powder and accentuate this. With the dash of nutmeg right on top, it permeates the air but at the same time masks and merges, rather marries along with this gorgeous croissant pudding. I hope you enjoyed creating yet another simple dessert that can be created bang in the middle of a gathering, which is easy and bursting with flavor. Don't forget to share loads of love by hitting on the like button, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.